Welcome to the All American Book Club. Ladies and gentlemen, we promised you a wonderful Christmas holiday season here at the All American Book Club. As we bring over to the show for the second time, we are returning to the show with Bill Abbott, who is with Great American Christmas, Great American Family. He's the CEO and president. Bill, thank you so much for joining and being back here to celebrate the holidays with this audience who absolutely loves Great American and the Christmas holidays. Thank you for being here with us.
Oh, it's a privilege, Eden. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I want to tell you real quick side note to this audience. We just wrapped another great interview with Shannon Bream from Fox News, and she and I were just talking about how we need great American mugs to celebrate the holidays with your Great American Christmas features. So we wanted to put a plug into you, Bill, that we're looking for the mugs.
Well, we note taken for sure, for sure.
Oh, good, good, because we will be the first ones to grab them. So, Bill, I wanted to talk with you about the amazing lineup that you have for the 2024 Christmas holiday, the Christmas festival. We have so many things to celebrate this holiday season, but first, I wanted to just talk to you about the stories of hope and inspiring hope that Great American Christmas and the Great American brand bring to our homes. Can you talk a little bit about the inspiration behind that?
Sure. And we've billed this Christmas and future Christmases as celebrating Christmas with Great American Family as Christmas as it's meant to be,
Mm,
because we really believe that the commercialism of Christmas has changed the game, and the secular nature of what is celebrated is often very off-putting. And
mhm,
so, we are all about faith, family, and country, as you know. And so the themes of our movies are very much focused on faith, family, and country, and positivity and uplifting and content, and putting people in a position where they don't have to run for the remote or worry about being in situations that are uncomfortable while watching with their family. So we're really excited about the slate we have coming up. And it's all about positivity and celebration and the season.
Well, some of the things that I've noticed, and I noticed that you guys started the Christmas celebration, if you will, earlier in October, which I absolutely love because here at the Hill Home, we start decorating for Christmas just right before November 1st, and I know our neighbors absolutely love it. But with that said, you are bringing the voices, like I said, the voices of hope because currently and in this time period as we are going through all these different seasons in our nation's history. And the one thing that remains is the God, the country, the family aspect, and that kitchen table story that you inspire and bring to the forefront when you are exhibiting these powerful Christmas movies. And I wanted to just re emphasize that every time I sit down to watch one of the Great American Christmas films, I sit there and say, okay, I walked away from that inspired and also wanting to make sure that my next person knows about this movie, knows about your channel. And that's the bigger thing I wanted to talk with you about is just the power of your channel. You guys have been, you're celebrating 3 years, and I would love to hear about your personal journey and the genesis of how this all came to be for both the personal side for you, but then also the professional side and how this really came to be for Great American.
Well, we're all about the audience and giving them what we believe they want to see and helping them celebrate the season. And so, it's a passion of everyone on the team here to serve the audience. And if you're going to spend 2 hours with us, we want there to be some redeeming value that you can look and say, well, that was time well spent, and not that I wasted my time watching a movie that didn't have the elements in it that you were hoping to see. So we're about connecting people and allowing people to have that experience on our linear service
Mm-hmm.
that that provides that uplifting moment. And it's been a long journey, certainly, and creating awareness is always very difficult in this very crowded environment. And that's our number one challenge, I think, just
Hmm.
making people aware. But now that we've been doing it for 3 years, we've assembled a tremendous library of high quality movies that within the 24/7 experience now, there'll be very few repeats every week. It'll be primarily content that won't have aired at all during the week. And so 17 originals are added to the slate this year. And
Hmm.
really assembling that much content is very, very challenging. And, it's been a long time coming to create a viewer experience that's commensurate with our expectations of ourselves. And I know what viewers expect as well.
One thing I've noticed about some of the content that you are bringing through your Christmas stories is, the impact of these stories. And I was curious, what has been the process like, and where do you find these impactful stories that you're able to bring to life to the screen? Where have they come from, if you will?
No, that's a great question. So the majority we source and are brought to us by writers, and then we work very hard with the writer to fit them into what, again, we believe our audience expectations are and create high quality content. So we just don't take a script or a movie and put it on the air without a lot of work going into it around the location, around the wardrobe, the setting, the music, the all the different things that make a Christmas movie and make it
Mhm.
special. So that's a big piece of it. And then, we've been able to opportunistically license a couple of movies that were in theaters. So we have a movie this Christmas, and we'll be airing it Thanksgiving night, commercial free, as a gift to our viewers. And we feel like it's so special that we want to give it that spotlight and that point of difference. It's called
Mhm.
"I Heard the Bells,"
Mhm.
and it's Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's story about his life and how he crafted the song "I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day," which is a beautiful faith Christmas carol that really embodies the season and is so well known. And it's a beautiful movie. So we're
Mhm.
very excited about that, as well as two Candace Cameron Bure movies. And Candace is a big contributor, obviously, to our
Right.
company as chief creative officer. And
Mhm.
so, she contributes a lot on the creative side and brings us scripts and stories and talent and ideas.
Mhm.
So we have multiple sources, really. There's not any one place that we go to, but it's through years of doing it that from your gut, you could tell, you hope,
Right.
you know,
Right.
what people are going to
Right.
like.
Yes.
And that's the focus, singularly. Focus is the audience, not what we like, not what our neighbor likes, not what our board likes, but what we think the audience will like.
Yeah, actually, you just answered my next question. I was wanting to tap into you with regards to the audience and just seeing your personal one-on-one interaction with your audience, and following you and Great American and your talent on social media. And obviously there's so much interaction there to support the audience and support the content. And I was curious if there has been any personal stories from audience comments that have just really struck you to say, okay, this is our next thing. This is something I want to put for goal for 2025. Have they inspired you? Because I sit there and read a lot of what a lot of the audience that I follow in all the different chat groups for Great American, and they are very much inspiring. So I was curious if
They
there's,
are unbelievable.
yes.
Yeah, and they keep us going in times when it's very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard work, and we love it, but at the same time, it's not easy being an independent in this landscape of
Yes.
conglomerates. And then
Yes.
secondly, doing what we're doing, especially, you don't have a lot of allies out there, so they keep us front. They're so supportive and so welcoming and so encouraging
Mm-hmm.
that it motivates and makes you feel really good about what you're doing. There are a couple of notes I've gotten that I keep on my bulletin board because they're
Mm-hmm.
that well crafted and especially really motivational.
Mm-hmm.
And they're great. They're inspiring, and we so appreciate them.
I one thing I wanted to bring up to our audience, and Bill, I know I've shared this with you offline and your team offline, but the audience here at the All American Book Club, we are huge support, huge fans, and want to do whatever we can for Great American Christmas, Great American brand. And I have noticed every time that we bring you or your talent over to the All American Book Club, I have to tell you, the numbers just skyrocket on all different platforms. And that is because you guys are bringing that faith, family, and freedom quality that this country is thirsty for. They are thirsty for something greater. They're thirsty for truth, and they're thirsty for having that uplifting the good, the true, and the beautiful in the public square. And you guys are doing that. So I just want to inspire you and let you know that this audience here is 110% behind supporting what you guys are doing at Great American.
Well, I so appreciate that, and seeing the other side of the story because, as you know, in the main quote unquote mainstream media,
Yeah.
the other side of the story is generally or that side of the story is generally the only narrative that you see, and so we're presenting something very different. That has we believe the majority of people feel that way,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're just honored to do it. But thank you for that.
My pleasure. It needed to be said. I wanted to make sure you guys knew that.
Thank you.
Also, I want to talk about the exciting Christmas festival. Okay, so when you first originally announced it, and then obviously, being behind the scenes, knowing it was coming. Okay, I'm on pins and needles, texting all of my girlfriends, and then texting Caitlin saying, "Okay, I need all these tickets. We're coming." There's so much excitement knowing that you guys are putting on this Christmas festival and just the impact that you're making in all the communities around the nation to do this. And so, talk to us a little bit about the genesis of the Christmas festival and, some of the sneak peeks that people can do. And obviously, we'll go into the logistics of tickets and stuff, but I'd love to hear about the birth of the Christmas festival.
Yeah, so for really 10 years, the team that I have with me has talked about doing something experiential in this space because I don't know if you've heard of Christmas Con or been to some of those
Yes, yes.
signing
Mhm.
moments. They have good intentions, but the execution is you don't feel like you're experiencing Christmas as much as you feel like you're experiencing talent and meeting talent, which is great. But we really want to create something immersive for families where when they walk through the door, they know it's Christmas. And so
Mm,
having Santa's workshop and having the big tree and having screenings and having the talent there and doing it in a way that is first rate and high quality is very important to us. And
mhm.
we are unbelievably blessed to have John Ledecky and the New York Islanders as part of the
Mm,
group that we're doing with the UBS Arena, as well as Candy Rock Entertainment, which is Candace's company
right.
that creates all kinds of experiential events around the country. Having them as partners just opens up our ability to celebrate the season and provide families with that place to go when there aren't many tree farms left and there
Yes.
aren't many it's like it's there aren't that many ways to celebrate Christmas, and so we want to bring that not only to New York but potentially around the country to different venues and have talent there and really create something that is a great moment for families to remember and to celebrate.
Well, on that note, I've been given the heads up we need to wrap, but Bill, you
Okay.
are welcome back anytime.
Well,
Send
thanks. Anytime, Eden. Thank you.
absolutely many blessings to you. We'll be praying for you and looking forward to celebrating the Christmas season with you guys. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you.
Really appreciate that. Merry Christmas, Eden. Thank you.
Thank you. And for all those who are tuning in here at the All American Book Club, stay tuned. We'll be right back for our next segment.